What's the biggest story in Muay Thai right now that nobody outside like our bubble is talking about?
Oh, um, I mean, look, the thing I want to talk about is this weekend, RWS 200. I'm going to toe the
Mm-hmm.
party line and talk about the biggest show of RWS, celebrating 200 episodes of RWS. I suppose the big theme for the show is the fact that about 4 or 5 years ago, Muay Thai was on its knees. It was virtually dead. Stadium Muay Thai was dying a slow death. GSB came in, so they're like a subsidiary company of Plan B Media, which is like Thailand's biggest advertising firm. They came in, bought shares in the stadium, resurrected it from the ashes, and look where we are today. We're putting on one of the biggest cards in Muay Thai, modern Muay Thai history.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal stuff. The press
Yeah,
conference was very cool. And yeah, massive card. Any
I'm looking
fights,
forward to. Yeah,
any
looking forward
fights
to
you
getting
got?
into that too.
Episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com. Authentic Muay Thai lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of Nak Muay. Go check it out.
I want to talk about Black Room at Deep Studios. If you enjoy the content of this podcast, you will definitely enjoy the value that you get out of the Black Room and being a member of the Black Room. What it is it's a subscriber-based way to support the podcast. If you enjoy the podcast and want it to continue, I'm asking for your help. And in exchange, you're going to get an underground view of Muay Thai, American Muay Thai, as well as within Thailand. We have people who are now working on the ground in Thailand that are helping us get media, content, all that stuff. We're posting it there on Black Room, as well as behind the scenes footage of the podcast recordings when we're recording. After I stop recording for stuff that we broadcast, we put some subscriber based only content on there. So you're going to really get a lot of value out of that subscription. Okay. It's not just supporting the podcast. We also have podcast subscriber only merchandise that's coming out as well here in 2024. So you have to be a part of the Black Room in order to get access to that. So I'm asking you for your help on that, but I know that it's not so much of you helping me. It's going to be us giving you a ton of value that you're going to get and just enjoy it. And it's only $5 a month. All right. You can cancel it anytime. Every little bit counts. Please go join it. The link is down in the show notes. All right. Anyways, sit back and enjoy the show.
Any fights you guys like particularly looking forward to?
Well, anytime I can watch friend of the show, Danny Rodriguez fight him, in my opinion, he's the face of RWS. And I will always watch that guy fight. I don't care who it is.
He's definitely, for sure, that's like going to be one of the highlights, his main event, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I think the guys at RWS particularly have done a good job of resurrecting this card because there were a few pullouts, especially in the super fights. So, like, obviously, Lik Teodar was out a couple of weeks ago with an ankle injury. So he's actually got to get ankle surgery. And they've managed to get Angle Bowser, who had I would say an upset. He took on Garrett Smiley, who's a WBC world champion, and on paper was the favorite. Knocked him out in spectacular fashion.
I saw that.
Yeah, incredible. And I think if there's someone who can take the fight to Danny Rodriguez, it might just be Bowser. He's got this unorthodox footing, this unorthodox style, like really offbeat timing with the change up. It could be a bit of a surprise for Danny Rodriguez. However, I'm going to not play devil's advocate. I'm going to say what we're all thinking. I think Danny Rodriguez, not comfortably, but I think he will successfully defend his title because, look, he's got the eyes of a hawk and the brain of a supercomputer. The man is a human Muay Thai genius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Jay, what about you? What's like a big story going on that nobody's talking about over there in Canada, or what you're seeing?
well, can I start off with, well, nobody's seen it except a few, but can I tell you guys a quick story?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
hear it.
Gym ownership. I own a gym. I run a gym, right? So last week, Thursday morning, I get into the gym. One of my staff go, "Hey, man, all the doors were open and all the lights were on when I got here this morning." And so right away, your blood's boiling. Like, what? So
I know this feeling.
Yeah, I left the door open. Oh, hold on. So, well, I'll find out who did that and I'll give them heck. Anyway, I'm also the janitor of my gym. Happily do it. So I'm cleaning. I need to find garbage bags, which are in my men's bathroom. I go towards the men's bathroom and I'm like, what the is that smell? I look in the urinal and there is a giant shit in the urinal. Just take one guess who got to deal with that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you it's not Joe or Jonathan. somebody named Jay.
Bro. And
dude,
that's the first time that's happened. I've been doing this 30 years. First time that's happened. And listen, I hate to get into details, but because it was in the urinal and therefore there was no water, I had to pry that thing off the porcelain. Sorry. Bro. Anyway, I can't let that story go. That's what's happening around here.
Please tell me you have security cameras.
I do, but obviously not towards the bathroom. Unfortunately, what we found is we have some people who maybe needed a place to stay or at least use the bathroom for a minute.
But the urinal? Come on, man.
The toilet's closer, man. It's actually closer. You did that. And you know what? We earned it. Don't leave the doors open. I earned it.
Hey, this is going to be a message for my team at Pu'u Muay Thai because they've left the door open before, but luckily no one's dropping turds and deuces in the urinal.
Can't believe it. Real quick, though, hey, I wanted to go back to something you said, Joe, real quick, about five years ago, things Muay Thai, maybe on its knees, not looking so good. If I recall, I could be wrong, but it might have been one championship, maybe not, or Chatri specifically, but somebody's saying that gambling has been ruining Muay Thai in Thailand. And, gambling in the scene, we get it. But I feel like it wasn't too long after that, they decided that gambling is what kept Muay Thai alive in Thailand outside of the big shows. And actually not having the gambling is doing a disservice to what they were hoping would happen. Do you know anything about that? Is that true, or am I just making shit up right here?
Different people will say different things. Look, I had Noparuj, who is basically, I would say, like on the Thai side of things, like a Muay Thai analyst. Not coming from a traditional Muay Thai background as such, but he looks at it from the Thai side. Young Thai guy. And on the podcast, these are his words, not mine, that without the gamblers, Muay Thai would definitely die because who else is going to pay for the tickets to go to those stadiums every single day of the week? There are Muay Thai shows every single day of the week in Bangkok alone, let alone Thailand. Who is actually going to go pay for the tickets? And that's, traditionally how most promotions make their money, from sponsors. So, without it, the ecosystem dies. It's one of the things, T years ago, is the, don't know if he's still the owner, but he's the former owner of T-Dead Gao Gao. You may know some fighters from that gym on one championship. Lumnamoon Lek, more famously. Okay. He actually years ago put on Facebook a breakdown of what it costs to take a fighter to another province. And without the side bets or the injections, it is almost impossible for a fighter to survive on a purse alone. Your standard purse, okay, is normally around 10,000 baht, which is like what, $500. Then you have to minus the trainer's fees, minus the transport, the accommodation, then of course the promoter's fee, like the matchmaker or whoever made the fight gets a cut. So you have your initial fighter's fee or your fighter's purse, but then there's all these subtractions from that. And on the paper, it was really interesting. It was left with something like 2,000 baht, which is what, like $80 Australian, virtually maybe $60 US. So now those side bets are in those injections, the 50,000 baht, 70,000, 80,000 baht injections. In Thai, they say atik ya, which means like to inject. So the injection means, like, say, round 2, round 3, one of the punters will come down and say to the fighter, look, I'll give you 30,000, 40,000 baht extra to cut him or knock him out. Without those, like, how can you make a living, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why it's almost integral to the culture of developmental Muay Thai in the grassroots scene, but also professional Muay Thai and some of those promotions like Pet Indi and Kiat Pet. So yeah, I think without it, like, Thailand's Muay Thai would cease to exist.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you look at purses now in the entertainment sense, like your baseline entertainment purse is 10,000 baht, and that's a good solid fight purse. So it's not a hell of a lot of money to be fighting for.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, to not get too in the weeds just yet, let's
Sorry. Well, okay,
welcome back. Welcome back to the Global Muay Thai Roundtable. As we kick it off, it gets straight into the weeds. You got, Joe Comerford, Australia, Thailand, and Jay, Canada, checking in, right? So obviously we got a packed show. But Joe, you said RWS 200. I know that was one of the talking points. But one of the other ones that you brought up, and we kind of all agree this is a good topic, was the ban on kids fighting in Thailand, the explosion of women's Muay Thai, a new Muay Thai fight stadium in the U.S. And I think we have one of the more controversial topics that I won't mention here. We'll get into it later. But let's kind of just keep carrying it. You guys were talking about gambling and the sport and the growth of it. So, and Joe, you hit something that I think is really important, and it's important for Muay Thai in general, is the ticket sales.
Yeah.
Right? The gambling, that's like very, very much a Thailand economy of Muay Thai in Thailand setup, not so much like international.
Did my audio stop working or your guys's?
No, I'm here. Maybe it's yours.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I can hear you talking, Jay.
Weird. Okay, we're good. Sorry.
Yeah. So, maybe you're talking to your mic again, Jay.
Check.
No, your mic's not working. But we can hear you. We can hear you, but one of your onboard mics, I think, took over, man. But we can still hear you.
Okay. Sorry, keep going, guys. I'll get it.
Yeah. So with the ticket sales, for those that don't know, like, you have these massive gambling pits, and they're buying the nosebleed section of the fights, right, at the stadiums. So are you talking like the ranked set stadiums, the Channel 7, which is free, right, and paid for by sponsors, which I think you mentioned. So like economics of Muay Thai for a fight event, sounds like ticket sales internationally are a universal language for all promoters.
Absolutely. I mean, look, in Muay Thai in Thailand, I think more of it survives on sponsorships and broadcast deals. And then obviously with the punters, that is its own ecosystem and its own economy and subculture on its own. Of course, it's integral to like the 5-round stadium system, like you said, like Rung Sits, Omnoi, typical
Non.
kind of promotion. Yeah, Jipmanon, a massive, kind of gambling situation at the moment. So its own economy, but still, all these stadiums cannot survive without ticket sales, and one of those driving factors is the fans. The fans are the people who are standing in the nosebleeds, playing and betting. It's just the reality of it. Now, I do believe there was a law passed in 19 oh, I'm gonna take a guess. I could be wrong. It was around the 1940s when post-war Thailand, that yes, gambling is illegal in gambling is illegal in Thailand, but in controlled situations, Muay Thai is allowed. And I think racehorse racing as well is allowed as well. So
1935, the Gambling Act in
okay, yeah,
Thailand.
there you
Yeah, I
go.
just looked it up for us.
But
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
was
Yeah.
just about to say, did you know
So-
that, or did you look that up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I totally knew that.
Actually,
Google.
November 1st, 1935.
So gambling other than betting on horse races or the government-sponsored Thai lottery is prohibited in Thailand. The prohibition dates back to the Gambling Act, 1935. So then they allowed gambling in the stadiums, though, right?
yeah, I think there's I don't quote me on it. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a Thai
Yeah.
lawyer, but I think there's kind of a general acceptance of it. It's not one
Yeah.
of those things.
Yeah, it's funny to hear this. The boxing commission is out here over in Arizona oversees horse racing, gambling, like at the casinos, and combat sports. Which is funny to see the same kind of
Yeah.
act over in Thailand. So it's always a trip to see all of this stuff ends up coming out and how it ends up influencing the sport this way with like you were saying with gambling, because it was, Joe, what you're saying is like it's one of the accepted places people could gamble, but I noticed they never show the gamblers on TV.
No,
Like,
they're not
open.
allowed. Yeah. I think there's
Yeah.
strict broadcasting regulations about that. I mean, I remember talking to people at Channel 7 years ago, and they were strictly stripped. That's why it goes to the ads during the breaks in the round.
Yeah.
Because that's when all the bets are placed, right? So
You have the guy with it's literally like a piece of wood like this with like 4 or 5 phones on it talking to people.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny is like now with all the technology we've got, with a smartphone, and you can have multiple conversations. I went to Channel 7 a couple of months ago, and you still see that guys with clipboards, and they've got all the Nokia 3310s, because these guys are essentially bookies, and villages, whole villages will be placing their bets through one telephone and stuff like this, and they'll be doing commentary to all the different
Yeah, because they're talking about what's going on between the rounds and what the fighters are looking like, and it like you were talking about it like with these apps and stuff too. I know that. Do you think that affected the turnouts for the stadiums as well? Because now they didn't need to be there in person. Like maybe the older generation, they'll go there in person because that's, you said like they saw those old Nokia phones on that board that they're doing those calls on. But then the newer generation with the access and with the culture of using a smartphone for having these apps where they're more app centric, they're more keen to how to use it
With live
that new,
you don't need to be
I
there.
suppose
gambling.
that is one of the big things, is that a lot of that has moved online. There was actually recently a big bust on a big illegal gambling network, and they busted one of the big players who was running one of the boxing gambling websites, and they show they show the stream. From what I understand, they show the stream on the app, and you can place the bets as the fight is going, so it works in a similar fashion. So, I suppose a lot of people might just not be bothered going to the stadium and just go online as well. And I do think that did have an impact on the sport as well in those
Yeah.
early days. However, I think that things like One Championship and RWS have created new Muay Thai fans, and
Yeah.
especially in Thailand, because if you look at the economy of it, right, you think with Thailand over the last 20 years has had a rising middle class, so there's probably not as big of a need to go into Muay Thai, because one of the realities is that, a lot of people do it to escape poverty, that sort of thing, right?
Right.
But there seems to be a new type of fan, a casual fan in Thailand, and like people I know, high society types that I know will watch RWS. Oh, Joe, I saw you on RWS, or oh, I'm a fan club of one. Like I was talking to a young woman yesterday who's like typical middle class woman. She's a PE teacher, and she's saying, "Oh, Joe, I saw you on the TV doing the MC." She said, "Oh, I'm a fan club of one. I really love Muay Thai and their style of Muay Thai, but I don't like the traditional Muay Thai, the 5 round. It's too slow." So I think just naturally we're moving into this new era where it might be getting away from the gambling side of things. That will always be there, that 5 round stadium culture, because I feel like it's the roots of the culture of it.
Hmm.
But I feel like the tree is growing outwards more into a more commercial base. And I think we're going to see it throughout Thailand more and more, we sort of went through, sorry to cut you off. We went
You good?
through periods of that. The mid 2010s, we had all the promotions like MX, Max Muay Thai when it was at its peak, Hardcore. Remember, John, remember Hardcore on Channel 8 with the small gloves? Muay
Yeah, they
Hardcore?
had Muay Hardcore, and it kind of fizzled out right after COVID.
Yes, yeah. So
Yeah,
it was kind of going in that direction, and then COVID hit, and then it sort of had to rebuild, and then out of that, I think what all these production teams and promoters learnt from those previous promotions that went under have applied the new learnings to these new bigger promotions like RWS and One, because a lot of the guys that work in this in the state of Muay Thai now, like RWS and One, whatever side of the fence they're on, they're all kind of guys that were coming from those promotions anyway, and they've applied that knowledge. So it's really interesting. Anyway, sorry, I went on a bit of a rant.
no, I mean, but it's all relevant to like the whole ecosystem, because you see the production side. I mean, you're in the production side of it, so it makes sense that you see those connections and can kind of draw that for people and why the similarities happen. But I remember, MX Extreme, is the first small glove Muay Thai promotion in Thailand, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So,
it was. And
yeah.
remember,
It's huge.
like, it was sick. It was sick. You
Yeah.
used to go to GMM Grammy. They used to hand out free tickets to people just to get the stadium, the studio filled. And they used to have big guys on there. A big shout out to Greg Sanzo. Greg Sanzo fought on there a couple of times.
Sanzo, yeah,
big
my boy.
big shout out to him. And then who was it? Scottish guy Craig Marshall was really entertaining on there. I remember
Willie Whipple too, right?
Willie Whipple was on there.
Yep.
American,
Willie
yeah.
Whipple was on there. Big shout out to Willie. Like all these guys, they kind of got their start on those promotions.
And was that Takun that started that, right?
Yes,
from
Takun from
Sasi Papa Gym?
Papa. Yeah. And
now it's funny.
And now Takun and his son, they're doing I think 2 of the RKO shows.
Yeah, Rajadamnern
now
KO.
RKO is televised on Thai television on AIS. So every single show at Rajadamnern is now on the AIS platform. So before, people were complaining they couldn't watch their fights, but now it's moving in this direction where I really feel that every single show is going to be on a visible platform internationally at some point.
Yeah. Going
Yeah,
that way.
whether it be like a stream or TV or a combination of both, right? And speaking of, isn't Max Muay Thai, I think, is back on the air too, right?
Yeah, so Max Muay Thai, the guys down there scored a deal with True For You, and they were doing True For You app, and there was a couple of other promotions. I think Jit Non's promotion were on there. Off the top of my head, I think the Kiat Pet show down at Omnoi on Saturdays is on there. So on the True For You app, you can watch those ones as well. So, like it basically in Thailand's Muay Thai now, you've got kind of 4 options. You've got like True For You, which you can watch in Thailand. You've got AIS, which you can watch in Thailand. You might be able to watch it from overseas, but you would need to have a Thai bank account to pay for these platforms.
Yeah. This is the True For You, for those that were wondering too. I got it pulled up on screen.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those people who want to watch Channel 7, you actually have to go to Channel 7 HD, the website, and you have to get the live stream. There's no way to watch it back, and no one puts the old Channel
Video
7
on
code.
demands.
No.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, man. Can you say this for my own? I want to know where this is. Can you say that again?
Channel 7 HD. So
HD.
it's CH7 HD.
So they actually do have a YouTube. Let me pull this up onto the screen, because the streams do come up live on YouTube at times, and I believe they do come up on Facebook when they are doing the streams as well.
Okay.
So sometimes, not. But the thing is, it's not consistent. Like the video on demand doesn't always stay there. Sometimes it does. Because from like a live streamer perspective, it relies on somebody saying yes, post, keep a video on demand. So I don't know if they're supposed to do it or if it's like accidental when they keep it up.
Well, I can guarantee you that you can watch Channel 7, the fights on Channel 7 HD, the website, when at that time.
Look,
it's going to be live.
Because you got some of like one of the Muay Thai shows right here, where it's showing through on like the fights and some of the breakdowns on the bets and stuff like that too. So you can catch some of the highlights on there, but the live stream, like Joe was saying, you have to go to the website for it.
Then, of course, there's One Championship, and then there's RWS, which are both on YouTube. RWS on DAZN as well. You've got SRC, which is the small show that I help with, is on YouTube. You can watch that one. That's a really cool one to watch if you're a fan of female Muay Thai and you want to watch the next level of stars coming up, like 13, 14, 15-year-old 100-pounders, 102-pounders, some of the sickest. Like, honestly, guys, some of the sickest fights you'll watch, they're incredible. These 13-year-old girls are absolutely incredible.
Sorry, Joe, how often are you commentating shows?
So commentary, I only do RWS on Saturdays now, and I do ring announcing for SRC. So Real Combat.
Yeah, so there's the SRC right here for those that is at World Siam Stadium.
Yeah,
right.
And there you
so
can
that's
see me.
this YouTube channel.
The one tailored suit that I own is my wedding suit.
That's a bitch.
That's your wedding suit?
Yeah.
Looking good, man.
But I need to start a GoFundMe for Joe Comerford to get a new suit.
Give me a couple. It's pretty bad that an MC only has one suit.
Yeah, man. You need more looks. You need more looks for sure.
I need a sparkly like Liberace jacket.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Well, to kind of get into this, one of the big points here you wanted to talk about, Joe, is this, and we kind of started talking about already, but was the RWS 200. All right, so I got pulled up here.
So yeah, okay. So let's talk money first, right? Talk money first. So
well, I mean, it's literally on the posters too.
Well, but it's still not as easy as that to follow. Okay, so we got 5.5 million baht all up. All right, for this whole show, 5.5 million baht. Not sure how much that. What's that? That's about. I don't know.
I'll check it.
To USD.
So that's 165,000 USD.
All right. Okay. Fair bit of money. Fair bit of money on the line. All right. So super fights, 1.5 mil for the winner plus the KO bonus. So I'm not sure if the 1.5 is included in the KO bonus. I think. Oh yes. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. It says right there.
Okay, Okay, so it'll be 500,000 baht for your winner, or 1 million baht for the winner, and then the next 500,000 baht on top. So 1.5 million in Thailand is a lot of money.
That's life changing.
Yeah. That's life changing money.
Right.
I mean, 1 million baht still is like that's $30,000 USD. That's a part-time. I mean, that's like a part-time or full-time salary depending on where you're at in the US also.
Yep. Certainly unheard of in this sport.
Yeah.
So that'll be for the two super fights. So of course, Jigsaw versus Duan Gaosip Gao. Jigsaw will be defending his flyweight title. This is the second time they will meet. Okay, so Duan Gaosip Gao, I believe, won their last outing, which was last year on Pet Yindi, and it was voted the 2025 fight of the year at Rajadamnern Stadium. So this one, coming back, you've got Duan Gaosip Gao is pound for pound for the heaviest hitter in, I reckon, on the Rajadamnern roster. He's I want to say the super flyweight. I think he is the super flyweight champion. So he's coming down to take on Jigsaw. Jigsaw is a very aggressive technician, incredibly entertaining. Then before that, you've got Koki Osaki, who is the Rise champion from Japan. Many of you will probably know that RWS has a collaboration contract with Rise. So Rise is like the biggest kickboxing promotion in Japan. I think they have to fight. I think they got 4 fights. So you would have seen Chad Collins fought Dam Paranchai. That was part of that deal, right? So this one was supposed to be Petzilla, who is it super bantamweight? I think he's the super bantamweight champion.
Can I just tie something in on that Rise promotion real quick? So Fabiano Aoki, WBC Muay Thai Hall of Famer. He fought on the first Rise show. His coach was the one that started Rise in Japan. So I've had him. I've had him on the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast a couple times.
Cool.
But kind of like tie that all in for everybody to see, because we were talking about Fabiano when he was started. This is like in the 2000s when Rise was starting and stuff, and it's cool to see that collab with RWS.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's, what's even better is, like in Muay Thai at the moment, I think Angela Chang made a really good piece of content the other day where she was talking about all these promotions and sanctioning bodies with their infighting with each other. It doesn't help anyone to have all this toxic infighting, because at the end of the day, you're only closing off opportunities to fighters. And without the fighters, you do not have these promotions. And to see two of massive promotions working together, and we're seeing this more and more, like in the UK with Yokkao and Hitman Fight League and Muay Thai League and Yokkao, all these international promotions working together giving more opportunities to fighters. It's awesome.
Yeah.
If more promoters could think, okay, I can't do this by myself. Let's throw our money into the hat and build even bigger and more opportunities, road pathways for fighters. It's awesome to see this.
We have this right here. Speaking of on the collabs, we'll talk about this later, but WFC is an old promotion in the U.S. with Rising Stars Muay Thai to bring big pro Muay Thai event in the U.S. as well. Like seeing those collabs, it really brings those to the forefront, and it's all aligned. And I fuck with Angela Chang. Shout out to Angela Chang, because I was talking to her about that. That infighting, it affects a lot of people, man. Like the gyms, the promoters, the fighters, the coaches, the officials too. Like I've been blackballed from some
and
things.
it's
Like
kind of
it's dumb.
it's kind
It's
of
an issue here in Canada.
you have to pick sides. Why should you have to pick sides? Like,
I agree.
it's kind of it's beneficial to no one.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyway, I suppose we can get back onto
Onto the card.
Yeah, let's get back onto the card because this fight's really interesting. Koki Osaki will be taking on Chai Tone. So Petzilla is a really heavy hitter. Now, Petzilla is pulled out with illness. If you've watched RWS, Petzilla knocked out Petsaman twice. Petsaman is said to be one of the most technical fighters of this age. Now, Petzilla trains at War Orature, and he's pulled out with sickness. Chai Tone, his teammate, has stepped up for this. Now, this is for an interim super bantamweight title. So, if Chai Tone wins this, then what happens with Chai Tone? Because it's for the interim title.
Right.
Does that mean he has to fight Petzilla, who his teammate, when it goes for a title challenge? Interesting one.
This could be a question for Petzilla. He's actually going to be out here in Arizona after this event.
Yes, he will be.
Yeah.
He's actually got a seminar planned in America. Is it July?
Yeah, July is going to be at X Muay Thai at Vince's place. So he'll be out here. So maybe I can get them to come stop by the studio.
Yes, do it. He will have Noparouge with him, Muay Thai Testament.
Okay.
And
dude, he's going to be out here?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, I'm going to hit him up. I'm going to hit you up, bro. Muay Thai Testament, shout out.
Yeah. He's a awesome dude. Good buddy of mine. Okay, so that one's 850,000 baht. All right, let's move down. See the guy with the beard?
Sure do.
The guy with the beard? That is Dmitry Menshikov, one of the most feared fighters of the heavyweight division.
Touch of death.
Yeah, man, you saw him knock out Josh Hill in just violent, horrific fashion. Like people would have seen him on one as well, but the guy has just got the death touch, as you said. Hits like a truck. He's taking on Emerson Bento, the former middleweight champion. Bento, so middleweight, 160 pounds. Bento's going up in weight to 170 for this fight. So, oh man, the guy's got balls.
Yep.
That's for sure. But at this level of the game, you can't afford to take cans, So Emerson Bento, there was a lot of talk online about this fight when I posted about it because the Brazilians were all saying, Bento's going to cut him and the fight will stop with cuts. And then obviously the Russians are all saying that Dimitri does him in a round. So it'd be interesting to see this one because Bento's got a really elusive, unorthodox style as well.
Yep.
And then who else we got there? Okay. All right. See the African guy next to Dimitri?
Yep.
Award Kazimba, one of the only Ugandans in Muay Thai. Incredibly entertaining fighter. He's coming off a win against Alexis Loujois, who is a former welterweight title contender. Award Kazimba said at the press conference to the guy opposite him, see the Peruvian guy with the kind of the slit in his hair? That's Gonzalo. he said to Gonzalo in the press conference, "Tell your mother not to turn on the TV because she may not have a son anymore."
Let's go.
And then
Home
Hey.
nice.
I like, a little bit of drama and work in the media. Ain't
Yeah.
bad.
Well done.
So this one interesting. Got Award Kazimba's had a bit of a rough go on RWS. He's had some close fights and he's had some losses, but his last win over Alexis Lougeois certainly caught the attention of people. But Gonzalo has had 2 wins on RWS. Had a bit of a rough track with other promotions around Thailand, but it seemed to have adjusted well. I used to hold pads for him at Sordetjapan. The guy kicks like a truck, man. Like the only fighter in that gym to give me sore arms from kicks, Gonzalo. So I think if he throws up that right kick, could be a lot of trouble for Award Kazimba. And then on the left, next to Award Kazimba, you got James Kostick.
Big fan of that young man.
Well, 1 second here. So this was your quote.
Send you to your
From-
ancestor.
Okay.
Don't turn
Yeah.
on
Sorry,
TV
I
'cause
got
it's
it
gonna
quite
break.
wrong.
It's gonna break because I'm gonna break your chin. I don't understand what you say, but we'll see you on Saturday.
I have no idea what you said, but I'll see you Saturday. Okay.
Okay, I just had to bring that up because that's
That's awesome.
I've had James
Um,
Kostic on the podcast. I'm a big fan of that young man. I expect big things of him in the world of Muay Thai.
Yeah, well, he's got a win over Onion Topic.
Right.
And then across from him, I think it's one of the last fights. It'll be Mickey Ghazali. So you know the Ghazali brothers.
I know that
Obviously,
name.
you got Jojo on
yeah.
one, and Mickey is phenomenal talent. I think he's got big things coming for him as well. And then Albert Campos returns as well. Albert Campos, who'd he fight? He fought the Black Lion. I forgot his name, but the Black Lion was the guy from Morocco who had that scissor kick. The viral scissor kick knockout. And Campos beat him, knocked him out. I think it was three knockdowns in his last fight. So Albert Campos is back. And boys, I think that's pretty much the card. Incredible card.
Man, you buzzing for this? You excited?
Oh, mate, I'm stoked for it. I'm so excited. 200 episodes of RWS, and I've been a part of it since I think RWS 125. So, yeah.
That was that viral scissor kick knockout.
Akram. Yeah, that's right.
Nice, man. After Saturday, you can, or for me, Saturday morning, you change your nickname, Joe. Like you could, Mr. 200. That's it. Okay. That's a cool, like for real, man. Good for you. That's pretty cool to be part of that. You know, good on you, man.
Historical show, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's going to be sick. So yeah, that's RWS 200, guys. Make sure you check it out. I'm going to give it a plug. Of course, The Zone. You can check it out on Facebook and YouTube, depending on your region. So
in the US, it's $30 a month. And I'm just going to say DAZN with RWS and all the fight sports that are on there, worth every penny. I don't get paid from DAZN. I don't get shit from it. I subscribe to it. It is worth the money. So if you're in the US and you get the English commentary of yours truly, Joe Comerford, on there as well when you watch RWS on there.
I'm tipping my fedora.
You don't have to pay extra. Yeah. It comes with the price.
But yeah, it comes with it.
But no, but you know, I'm the same. I don't watch soccer. Like I'm just a combat sports nerd. I don't watch anything else. And I wasn't a DAZN subscriber until RWS said that they were on DAZN. Boom, I'm in. So
yeah,
I'm going to see on my TV Saturday morning.
100%, man. You know, there's a lot of stuff. You know, we were talking, Joe. You brought up, and we were talking about it as well as kids fighting in Thailand. You know, we were talking a little bit about like the gambling and how this ecosystem of Muay Thai is involved. There's a little graphic that came up here. Let me see if I can pull it up on my screen here. that kind of broke it down a little bit. Let me see. There we go.
Is it Muay Thai Iran? Is that the page?
I don't know. You sent this one to me.
Pose child boxing rules in Thailand.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
So this is a big one because Joe gave me a call yesterday, Jay, and we were talking a bit about this because it's not an actual push from like the Thai government to do this. It was a push from like USECO or like one of these NGOs.
Yeah, it was
to do this.
It was a push from some human rights body, and there was a lot of pushback from the Thai Muay Thai community and even international Muay Thai community. Even a shout out to Angela Chang once again, made a great video about it, talking about, kind of the Western entitlement sometimes can almost creep in sometimes with good intentions, not understanding the full picture.
You said that way too nice. We try to ram it down your throats. Let's be real.
Well,
yeah, that's what we do. Come on.
Let's be real.
I mean,
I'll say it.
That's North America. Come on. Sorry to my North American friends, but come on,
America. Come on, man.
So yeah, it was a push from a human rights body to change the act, basically preventing minors from engaging in competitive Muay Thai, and some of the adjustments were that they had to wear headgear and shin guards and all that sort of the protective measures. But there's a certain reality because in Thailand, in the provinces, they don't have funding and access to all that equipment.
Right.
But I mean, it's not even just the equipment funding, though, Joe. Isn't it? It's like there's more to it, like where it comes into the gambling, where it comes into a way out for these kids.
Right. Eating.
Like it's an unfortunate thing that they have to do that, but it is a way out of it. Like how many people on one championship in RWS or Rajadamnern KO have come up through that system and gotten their way out when, the alternative is human sex trafficking.
Right.
Like let's be real here. Like where are these kids? Like you can work on the farm. If you can somehow save up money, your family puts money together to go to university, right? There's not a whole lot of way out for these people, and this could potentially take away one of them, which I'm not a fan of seeing kids fight full contact. Like that's I'm not saying that at all, and I think most people would agree on that. But it's one of those things that they found is a way that can help these kids get out of that situation and change their family's life generationally. Like it's not just for them; it's their whole family that this is an out for, and this could be taken that away.
Well, right? and then you have people like Francis Watana up in Isan
or Watana,
yeah, who's done an amazing work of taking kids from broken homes, families that can't even afford to feed their children, and has taken them in, educated them, given them a second chance. And, to kind of just put a blanket rule on that and ban everything outright, I don't think it does justice to kind of the work that's been done by not only people like Francis, but boxing camps in general. I mean, I know a lot of people kind of slam the dark side of Muay Thai. Yeah, okay, with anything, there are nefarious elements and all that kind of stuff. But if you understand the ecosystem, a lot of this is getting kids out of poverty, potentially getting them out of a life of crime and drug addiction, which can sometimes be rampant in the provinces. I mean, Chet Ditchapan does an amazing job of, he has a couple of gyms down the south that he helps support. And a big shout out to Lieutenant Colonel Chet Ditchapan, who owns Saw Ditchapan. does an amazing job of taking kids off the street, putting them through these camps and developing them. And he's kind of the brains of the operation at SRC, building these young women through the what we call the sports schools in Thailand. They're called Longli and Gila, which means like sports schools. And these are sport schools that directly feed a lot of these kids. They give them scholarships and feed them through the Muay Thai system. Now, your favorite superstars, Rottung, do you think he started Muay Thai at 25 and just happened to be talented and was able to fit all 300 fights in, the space of 5 years whilst working at Starbucks like most people in the West?
Right.
No, of course not. He came up through this system. All right? Like all these guys came up through this system, and to take that way would be detrimental to the
sorry
sport.
to cut you off, Joe, but
That's all right.
there's one thing that's relatable for people on here is like Loma Lukbun Me.
Yes.
That came through this. Who's fighting? Who's a UFC star? Like went through the Muay Thai world and got into MMA and is fighting in UFC. And here in the US, UFC is massive. That's like that's major league of combat sports here in the US. From that same system that you're talking about.
Petjija.
Yeah, Petjija.
Right, Petjija. Okay, probably, she was fighting boys because there was no opposition when she was young. I mean, probably not the best example for the argument, but, look at how his stardom has changed her life. Yotin FA Group, which I know is definitely a fan favorite in American Muay Thai because of his style. He's built houses for his parents because he came up through this same system.
And none of these people are the exception. That's the norm in Thailand. Like these aren't exceptions to the rule. It's like most of, if not all of them, have come up this way for the most part.
And you look at some of the best fighters now, especially even Westerners. A lot of them started when they were young. I'm just going to talk about Max McVicker. Max McVicker from Australia, former WBC world champion. Started when he was about 7. I think he had about nearly 180 to 100 amateur fights as a junior. And then, look where he is now. Another really good example would be any of the guys from England, because they all came up through that junior program. A lot of Haggerty, for example, was fighting when he was young.
Yeah.
They started as juniors. So to take that away would be detrimental to Thailand's Muay Thai, I feel.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you.
But the thing is, like Max McVicker, you come through that junior scene, that's padded. They start off with no head contact and stuff too. Yeah. So, but the thing is, they were doing that as recreation. That's not a means to end to make money for them.
And that's a massive difference for me.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference. I pay for my kid to go and do this fun thing a few days a week. That is not how that works in other countries. Like, and so to be honest, my opinion is that thing about no kids fighting, like we just talked about, under 15, clearly was from a Westerner. And I just think that's very short-sighted. And if I'm being honest, kind of ignorant. And by the way, around here, I don't agree. I don't want to see 6, 8, 10-year-old kids get smashed in the head. I don't want to see that around here. However, I'm not against it in a different place. It's just the reality is in Canada, we are on a real tight leash that, in my opinion, for now, we can't afford to be having 6, 8-year-olds get hurt, or that's really going to ruin things where I'm at. Other parts of the world, we completely accept, understand, and support, in this case, why it would be the opposite of how I think.
No,
I agree, by the way. No, I was gonna say we're in the same boat in the US. It's like I've been asked to work events before, and the reason I got blackballed from is these events were gonna happen like on tribal grounds, whether I was there or not. But sometimes it'd be like, damn man, I'm the most qualified person in the room here for like safety. Because if these fights happen and someone does get injured, then all of a sudden it's kid dies at Muay Thai event.
Yep.
And that's somebody's first time hearing about Muay Thai.
Right.
Fuck, man. Like we're screwed.
And then selfishly, we
Yeah.
all pay.
Yep.
You know?
100%.
Yep.
So
From an educator's point of view, from someone who deals with kids day in and day out, but I mean, I'm dealing with pretty ISO children. It's a bit of a different demographic, right?
yeah.
But looking at from the perspective of, head injuries and that sort of thing, there's all this data, there's all this science of the dangers of head trauma. I would like to see adjustments to the ruling for junior Muay Thai of no head contact.
Yeah.
Primarily scoring to the body and, maybe just punching to the chest and no elbows. But how easy is that going to be to enforce and police that? But then there's the other side of the fence of kind of, if you take away all these opportunities with being able to provide for your family, it's not black and white. This argument isn't black and white. There's so many different factors, and it's so circumstantial as well, depending on who you talk to. But I'm going to say this blanket. I don't want to see it banned outright.
No, me too.
No, me either. Like that's one of those things. Like seeing this go through. And I've seen a lot of proponents in Muay Thai that are in Thailand, the older Thai guys, talking about how like the social ramifications of it for money. What that's going to do for these kids, just like we're talking about. And Joe and I were talking about there's been some things that happened in Thailand for minors, like for kids that are fighting. That's unfortunate things that happen in combat sports. And like, would that have prevented it? Yeah, but then the chance of that kid even fighting or being there to begin with wouldn't have even been a thing. And I think that's what these groups are trying to say, like, hey, we should have just not allowed these opportunities to even happen. But then it has this, what is it? Every action has equal and opposite reaction. And the opposite reaction of this is economically and from an opportunity standpoint for these kids to get out of these situations through sport. And Joe, I learned a new word last time I was in Thailand, patana, for like development. Yeah. So like I was like, oh, that's a good one, because it's a lot of people are about the development of the sport. In for in Thailand, having this is a part of the development of the sport, as we've seen from all the name dropping we've been doing of all these superstars that people know nowadays, and it comes through this system.
When we talk to Muay Thai Testament, get onto this subject. Get onto this subject, because this is something he's really passionate about. And he's actually done a couple of documentaries on it. You can look them up on YouTube. It was in collaboration with Ghosts.
I've seen this. Yeah, with Ghost Brand.
Right. Yes,
shout out to Ghost Brand. Shout out to Ghost Brand, by the way. They make some sick gear.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out, but I will. I promise you, Mark. I will go and check it out. Ghost. But yeah, definitely go and check out those documentaries on the Muay Thai Testament YouTube. I think they did about 3, and it's a really good insight to kids fighting in Muay Thai from a Thai perspective.
Right.
Not. There's been a couple of documentaries from a Western perspective talking about, the kid's got to run at 5 a.m. in the morning and lose, a couple of pounds in a sweatsuit. Yeah, it's bad, but have a look at it from how a Muay Thai temple changed this young drug dealer's life, taking them out of that situation. So.
A tale as old as time. When there's no opportunity and no money, guess what happens next? Like you go down a path that you shouldn't be going down.
Exactly.
And right, and so take the sport element out of this. This is still a martial art. This is still supposed to help improve lives and build confidence and build a team. So it's not even just about competition and money. This is still a martial art and a way that we're hopefully trying to live and improve not just our own lives but those around us. At least that's how I
A
see it.
good example of this is, and I don't know whether I should have sent this to you, John, but recently in Thailand, okay, it was on national TV. Basically, what happened was, I think it was one guy was at like a festival or something. It was nothing to do with Muay Thai, and he got jumped by a couple of like little gang guys, right? And he got
Mhm.
king hit, and he had beef with this other guy, and there's like a national TV program, like a current affair program, where they sit down and they talk about people's beef and all this sort of stuff.
Mhm.
And the moderator or the anchorman was saying, "Well, if you guys want to sort this out, why don't I call up Boat Pekindy right now, and we make a fight out of it?" And so what Boat did was he was on the phone on national television, and it was massive. It was sold out. He took these two little kind of guys that have, been causing trouble in Ratchaburi, running amok in Ratchaburi and having street fights with each other, sold out Rungsit Stadium, made them register and do a full fight camp. One went to Sip and Chai and one fought in one trained in Ratchaburi, and it was a sold out event. From Muay Thai Testament said you couldn't even move, and the streams went down because that many people were watching it. That is a
You
testament
know,
to what Muay
I
Thai
I
can do.
did I did see this. I believe I'm gonna pull up an image from it because I saw some interesting images. I think from this fight on Thai social media. Let me see here. Hey, keep going, Joe. I'm gonna pull it up. It might come
Yeah,
up on
so
screen. You can tell me if it's
basically the
it or not.
story was, these two guys had street beef, and and I'm not just talking about, talking crap on the internet. I'm like pretty sure like they were,
They're gang fighting,
yeah, like it
essentially.
was like a gang fight or something, and then they made them go train and change their lives, and now they're going to fight again, I
Nice.
believe, and they're going to start a new life as Muay Thai fighters, getting themselves out of trouble.
Love it. That's what I want to hear. That's what it's about. I mean,
It's kind of as funny and as trivial as this whole ordeal was. It's actually changed these guys' lives.
Didn't one of the guys get knocked? He lost by knockout, right?
I think so. Yeah, it was in like the
Yeah.
second
So
round.
there's an image. Cause I saw the image where somebody photoshopped a lady giving him a baby bottle on the ground. I'm like, my thing is, I sent this to my guys and said, Thai social media is fucking brutal. Like, and I got the story. I think either Joe or Matt Lucas filled me in on that one, but that was
Yeah, it
something else.
was very
cool though.
funny.
That's a cool story though. I like that.
Yeah, it's good to have these kind of things happen. Now I understand more of the context. I didn't know they went on like live TV and broke it out like, hey, we're gonna make this fight happen.
Well, it was awesome because the guy called up Boat and Boat just got straight on the phone and said, like, if you guys are going to do this, then we're going to do it properly. You're going to register as proper fighters and get your boxing record book, and you're actually going to do a proper like 2-3 month camp before we make this happen.
There you go. Might actually make $1 and you don't go to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a win-win.
I think it actually might have been Muay Thai Testament. Must have been Arms bringing this up, or I saw more of the breakdown of it, because I know he does a lot where he talks about this stuff. He touches some shit in Thailand that's very controversial that a lot of other people don't touch because of defamation stuff.
Well, he can because he's Thai as well,
Yeah, he understands the intricacies and what you can and can't say.
Yeah. That's why, like, even me, like, I have to be very careful about what I say, in the topics that we talk about. But I think we approach it from a very good angle. Now, gentlemen, I wanted to talk to you about women's Muay Thai. Now, we're gonna have Very
What's
appropriate.
there to talk about other than it's fucking blowing up, man?
Man, it's crazy. It is fucking crazy at the moment. Mind my language to the viewers at home, but it is incredible. Look at what is happening right now. Like, I'm obviously gonna talk about RWS. Okay, we've got 3 women's weight divisions, championship weight divisions. Since these have opened, women from all over the world have been popping up, and we've seen incredible talent. Jay Tiny Tank, for example,
one of my favorite fighters, Morgan,
at 118. Before that, where would have she been fighting? Perhaps like WBC amateur and maybe some shows in Canada. But now, like, it's incredible. So you got 105 minimum weight at Rajadamnern. You got 112 and 118 with 2 international fighters holding those belts. Of course, Marie Rumet. And then at 118, you got Laura Burgos, the Mexican, who has just won because Barbara Aguirre had to relinquish because of pregnancy. But even still then, you look at the talent that Barbara Aguirre was as well. Just an absolute beast, a clinch monster. 3 examples there. Look at international women's Muay Thai. In Canada alone, America at the moment. Man, some of the
talked
girls
about this. Yeah,
some of the
It's like
girls
it-
coming
we-
out of
yeah, a
America
lot.
are fucking shit hot, man. Like, really exciting to watch. I mean, you got two Americans fighting on 1st of July, Ariel Maguire and Kristen Carlos. I mean, look, they've been based over here for a while, but still 2 pretty good examples of, like, decent fighters have built some momentum. Australia's women's Muay Thai scene is incredible. JSMT Crown is a full women's card. I think it's this month. There is some American talent on there. She's ranked 5. She's ranked 5 at 118 at Rajadamnern. I'm gonna look her name up because I've got it.
Is
It's on
it?
the tip.
I know you're talking about the Muay Thai princess. What's
I've got
her
it.
name?
I've got it here.
She's from CSA Gym. She's from CSA Gym up north. Her name is Desiree Wadiker.
No, yeah.
No?
You've got Desiree, but you've got also Christina Mosher. She's not fought on RWS, but she's fighting in Australia. On let's have a look. It is the 27th of July. Yeah. 20. No, is it 27th?
For RWS?
No, this is JSMT Crown. This is a full women's promotion in Melbourne, Australia. JSMT
Crown. I'm pulling it up right now.
Hey Joe, real quick.
Yep.
And then I guess maybe if we can go through this as well if you want first. But I would like to first of all definitely a rise in women's Muay Thai, and I see you as quite a strong advocate. You're pushing the women's Muay Thai, like in a respectful way. Why? I don't mean like why would you do that, but I mean like what is it about women's Muay Thai that you see that you're really trying I see that you're pushing it. What is it that you're seeing?
Because I trained with some phenomenal women back at PTJ. I trained with a woman by a former world champion, Yolanda Schmidt, and I saw how hard it was for her to get opportunities, how hard it was for the other girls at my gym to get opportunities. And now that we're actually building so much momentum, I feel like the only one really pushing women is women. And I feel like the only way, well, there's one way that, I can push Muay Thai. It's easy to talk about all the men, right? Easier to talk about the men, but there also needs to be somebody. I'm in a good position where I can actually help women grow and help push them a little bit more. I don't want to say like I'm an ally or anything like that for kind of virtue signaling, but I feel like I kind of have a responsibility to use my position for good to be able to push women, because the level of talent coming through at the moment is incredible, and it's actually really exciting to watch.
Yes.
SRC, that's their mission at the moment, is building the different champions. So, John, if you go to the Siam Real Combat page, I'll find it and I'll put it in the chat.
I had it pulled up on screen.
Yeah, Siam Real Combat on Facebook is a post where they have the champions, and I could talk through the champions because they're incredible at the moment. We've got 5 champions, I think, SRC. So at 100 pounds, remember last time we were talking about that fight that the referee got punched?
Yeah, because it was the 2 women fighters, right?
Right. Well, it was 2 women fighters, but one of the girl who lost was our 102 pound champion. Here we go. Okay, John, I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram because I want you to pull this up for the viewers. I'll send it in our group.
I don't have that Instagram chat pulled up actually.
Oh,
so,
okay. How about I put it in the chat?
You can send it to me. Send it to me in WhatsApp.
Oh,
I can pull it
okay. Can I put it in the chat here?
Yeah, you can put it in the chat here on StreamYard.
Okay. So let me just get it.
While you're doing that, by the way, Joe, good on you. I was genuinely curious. Like, I see that there's a conscious push there, so that's cool, man. Good on you.
Yeah, I feel like it's just necessary at the moment.
Yes, agreed.
Oh, that's not gonna work there. Hang on, mate. Let me.
You're good.
1 sec.
Well, the kind of touch on the women's stuff we talked about it a bit last time also on the first roundtable is, pre-COVID, women weren't even allowed to touch the freaking ring at Lumpini and Rajadamnern Stadium. Right. So to talk about what's changed in 6 years is pretty astounding for women's Muay Thai in Thailand. Of course, you had like Pet Jija when she was a kid fighting and Stamp and all that stuff, but they stopped fighting because there was no way for them to continue doing it. It's better for them to go to school, do these things, go to a different path. But then when they started allowing this, one championship, RWS coming around, this has now reopened the path for women that went through this development path as kids to explode into superstardom.
Right.
It's really unique set of circumstances that led to it. And we talked about last time too, or like I've at least talked about it, is I believe a lot of it obviously is financial, right? And the global market, because they see that there's a money opportunity. So it would be dumb to not allow it, right? So I think like at least that happened, and it allowed us to see these opportunities come to fruition for women in Thailand. I mean, U.S., like women Muay Thai was growing. In UK, like remember we had the Queen of Muay Thai, Julie Kitchen, right? And then we had like the Queen of Mean, Mira Nakamoto, who dethroned her in the U.S. Like those are historical fights for like Western Muay Thai.
You bet.
Yep. I've just sent it to you on WhatsApp, my friend, because I couldn't get it in.
All right, let me pull this up. Yeah, let me pull this up.
So I mean, look at it at the moment. I mean, we've got fighters from all 3 of our countries fighting on some of the biggest promotions in the world at the moment. You've got Jay, you've got some women from Canada fighting on one, RWS.
Shea Wedderburn, Morgan, Regan Dong. Yep.
Yeah, Morgan's killer, man.
Big fan.
Okay, so here we go. At 100 pounds, we've got Daurun Rongrien Gila Nakhon. Okay, so that basically means Daurung Sports School of Nakhon Province. So she's coming through that sports school system that I'm talking about. Okay, so she's the reigning champ at 100 pounds. 102 pounds is non-gift. 16 years old. Incredible clinch fighter. She just beat Tan Zuan, who is a WPMF world champion, a BC international champion, who's like nearly twice her age. And Tan's a very strong Singaporean. Jabakal fought Nazanin Husseini, and I do believe that was a rematch from one championship. They fought each other on one championship, and the Iranian Nazanin Husseini beat her, but then they had the rematch on SRC, and Jabakal at 112 smashed her. Basically, Nazanin ran out of steam. And then you've got 118 pounds, who's ranked four in the Rajadamnern rankings, Meiri Kongsita. She's been around for a while, but she's an absolute friggin' beast, man. We're trying to find an international match for her. She's incredible. So on this promotion, incredible Thai female talent. If people want to follow like the future of female Muay Thai talent from Thailand, this is the promotion where they're developing them.
Of course, Real Combat.
Yeah, so of course you've got like RWS with the 3 championships there. This is kind of the step before that, where they really build them up.
For women.
Yeah, for women.
So are they bringing in any Western women into there yet?
Yes, I put on a couple of females. I had Charlie Hodgson. She fought Pancake Fairtex and smashed her in 3 rounds. So big names in women's Muay Thai. Who else did I bring over? Well, I brought over we helped bring over Tan Xuan from Singapore. So a lot of these fighters go to one. It is originally was not a one feeder show, but it seems to be a one feeder show for women.
So was this one of the fighters from Real Combat that ended up fighting Olivia?
Yeah.
All right. So there's
Olivia is the young 16-year-old, right?
But Seuss,
Canadian, right? Also.
Yeah, that's
Canadian.
right.
Yeah, Canadian. Yeah, Canadian. And you brought this name up too, is Morgan, also Canadian.
Yeah. Former Rajadamnern Stadium title contender too.
Right. And maybe like you were saying, Joe, like she took a year off and maybe it was a simple thing of maybe running in the same circle. Like I'm kind of fighting, but there's no real path here. Took a year off. She went to the WBC festival, and then just since then, and now there's a pathway for her. She's been unstoppable since.
Well, yeah, she's fighting on the Warriors Cup against American Amy Duke.
Good fight, great fight.
Yeah, that's a good one. Amy Duke, who won the Battleground season. If you watch on Amazon, it was like the Contender Revisited.
Right?
Did you guys watch that?
Yeah, you bet.
No, I haven't seen it,
but I want to watch the whole thing.
I recommend watching it. I have one of the guys. He's from here in Scottsdale. He was on there, and he was Nick Chastain.
Oh yeah, I know Nick.
So I train at his gym. It's 5 minutes from our studio.
Oh yeah.
Been trying to get his ass on here, but he's a wild boy, so he's hard to get on.
Just a quick heads up.
But funny.
Quick heads up. I got about 10 minutes, and I got to get my cub to school.
Yeah. Well, funny story about Morgan's coach too, Ryan. Sorry, not Brian. Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. His Thai instructor, Knockweed, is also my instructor.
Is that right, eh?
Yeah. So
Knockweed.
Yeah, Knockweed. No, it's not Devi. No, it's the different Knockweed.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
But he comes up. Yeah, he comes up there for help out in Canada and stuff. Well, there was another topic on here. Like I know you got 10 minutes, but we were talking about trans fighters in Muay Thai.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this spectacular one that was here at the TBA tournament, TBASA. My friend Adam Wagner, I'll call him Adam Wanger because when you autocorrect his name. But yeah, this is a 6 shot here, and I believe I got the name of the athlete, Valerie. Fighting, trans fighter fighting the men's division, and winning by knockout. Spectacular performance out of it, and it was like it kind of blew up because it's not every day in the U.S. that you see trans athletes in Muay Thai, but I mean Thailand, you've had like the Nong Tums, you've had the Nong Rose, and it's pretty normal like from what you've seen. There was another one I think that was down that fought the American Andrew Capurro. Actually, that was Nong Rose, I think.
Nong
Also.
Rose, yeah.
Yeah, that was Nong Rose. So like, this is the big topic for combat sports from a regulatory standpoint, from a social standpoint, and from just a pure fight fan standpoint and safety standpoint. So, where it comes into it, like to kind of crack the egg here, is I think that a lot of it came to light. I think it was Joe Rogan brought up. There was a
Fallon Fox.
I think it was a Fallon Fox. Yeah, it was man who transitioned to a woman fighting women. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. That created a big issue. It was a Imam Khalifa was like the boxer.
That's right.
Yeah, from boxing that was born with a genetic condition that had both chromosomes. It's a whole ass thing. But in Muay Thai, it's always they figured it out, I feel like, in Thailand about how you approach this from a safety standpoint. The gender you're born as is the division you're going to be fighting in.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, and like from a safety standpoint, where it's hard, I think, is when you start getting into hormone blockers, testosterone boosters, right? If you have a woman transitioning to a man, then fighting in a woman's division that's on testosterone, is that a performance-enhancing drug, right? So there's this big egg to crack there. WBC boxing put out a statement. It said, "Hey, we're making a trans division. If you're trans, we have a trans division."
Okay,
right?
But here's
Muay Thai didn't do that.
But here's my question on that then. So does there have to be a female to male transgender division and male to female? Because we end up in the same boat.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and this is where WBC boxing's thing was like, hey, we're just gonna have a trans division. You have your division. There you go. Like they're mixed. So
the reality is that's a how is that? That would be a man transitioning to a woman's division.
But the thing is, it's both, and they're going to be in one division. So whether you're man to woman transition, woman to man transition, they're all in one division.
What I'm saying is, it won't be both, because if you're a woman transitioning to a man, I don't know if that would be a smart safety decision.
Yeah, I just saw there was another thing on. I think it was in Japan. I think where they did one. It was like a man versus woman fight in MMA or in kickboxing.
Yeah, I think it was a shoot boxing. Yeah, I think it was
shoot boxing. Yeah, shoot boxing. Yeah, and and we saw this like Lucia Riker, who we've talked about on you before, legend in boxing. She fought against Thai men. Like you've seen these things happen, and this is where the safety component comes in, which I think you were trying to hit on, Jay.
Yeah.
Is like what it like because the whole purpose of rules and regulations is for the safety of the athletes, right, and like that's how we've seen Muay Thai rules have changed throughout the years as well. But Muay Thai, I feel like, has really, you hit it, like, hey, whatever the gender is that you're born as is where you're going to compete. I don't see there being a lot of women transitioning to men that are fighting in the women's division. Have we seen that? Like, are you aware of any of that?
I don't think so in Muay Thai.
In Thailand.
It's not safe.
No. I mean...
Sorry.
I mean, I've seen in the junior divisions, boys versus girls, because there's a lack of girls fighting, but like they're like 5-6 year old kids, so it's a little bit different,
yeah, for sure it's different. Like once you hit that post puberty standpoint, like when your hormones and your like your gender that you're born as, like that's gonna start coming into play here a bit. And good.
Was it Warriors Cup in the US that had the Muay Thai trans title, right?
Yeah, they had. Yes, they did, and it's the non-binary ninja, if I'm not mistaken, and very outspoken about it and about the equality of, hey, how you're fighting. Like if you're a man transitioning to a woman, you should not be fighting in the women's division. And I think overall, I can't speak for the trans community. And we should definitely get a trans fighter on here to talk about this more in depth. I think because for me, I'm from a safety standpoint, it's like I can call shit for what it is, right? But from a person and somebody like fighting, I don't have any experience with it. Like I've trained men and women. I've trained people who are trans, no issue, but none of them are fighting.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to speak from that perspective when you kind of haven't lived it yourself. I mean, like all of us
Yeah.
have trained athletes and have lived the sport to a certain lens, but yeah, it's hard to speak on it. I mean, I can looking on the outside and just from like obviously the safety perspective of it, and also from the Thai lens, generally what happens is if trans fighters do fight, they're not taking hormones when they fight. I think one of the reasons that Nong Rose kind of took a step away from fighting was so that she could take her hormones more regularly because it was affecting her performance.
sure.
So
That's right. Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
so you know, like generally, if you do have a trans fighter fighting in Thailand, they will fight. Well, not generally, they will fight other men. But in the other sense, they won't really be taking their hormones. However, up in Chiang Mai, currently there is a very active trans fighter. I've forgotten her name.
I've seen the images because it kind of blew up a bit because it was very tourist like central. So there's a lot of videos that popped up on it.
Yeah. And you know, I remember I was actually there on a card she fought at, and she ended up fighting a guy who was a lot smaller than her, but she was quite feminine. I mean, in her physique, like I wouldn't be surprised if she was taking her hormones. But yeah, she fucking cleaned up this dude. I'll tell you that much. Incredible.
Yeah. Okay, so I know Jay doesn't have a whole lot of time, so I kind of want to transition, no pun intended, to a different topic. On here with this match, I talked about it earlier on here. So Eddie Abasolo, who was recently released from One Championship versus Antonio Martinez, WBC Muay Thai national title, USA title, collab WFC Rising Stars Muay Thai. I was actually just listening. There's a guy named Ezra who has a podcast in Northern California called Muay TV. I was listening to this. Shout out to them. They're good dudes. But they had the Rising Star promoter on to talk about this, and it was before this fight was like announced. So this is a big one that's up here. And Joe, I've talked to you a bit. This is on an Indian reservation. This is on tribal land. So they can use 12-6 elbows. They can use liniment. There's more things that you can get away with in regards to it, and it's the medical testing doesn't have to be as stringent depending on the states. They still do like pre-fight physical, post-fight blood work and stuff like that too, and they obey all the suspensions and whatnot. But this is on native land up there, August 1st. This is a fire fight that just dropped this week, so I wanted to just plug that on here. Good matchup. Antonio actually almost got pulled into One Championship last year. I think he was actually supposed to fight against Yadkumpon. He was going to be a last-minute replacement, but it didn't end up happening. I think Yadkumpon's camp took it and said, what do we gain from fighting this guy? Because Antonio's on the come-up.
Yeah.
Eddie Abasolo, is, I think he's like in his late 30s, or he might even be in his 40s now, if I'm not mistaken. So there was also one more thing that I brought up in American Muay Thai was One Kick Stadium.
What?
So he bought out a Pep Boys, which is a major like auto supply store in the US. So they bought the building, and let me see if I can pull up some stuff from it. But they bought out the building. The next show is August 22nd. So I saw his whole build out, this whole thing. So Nick One Kick has been doing shows since the 90s in Muay Thai in Las Vegas. So he has been around. He's training UFC fighters, all that stuff too. Let me see. We had our fighter fight on there as well, on their first show, and I knew it was gonna be sick. And to tie all this in together, he's friends with Takun from Sasi Papa Gym. He goes to Sasi Papa Gym. That's where he got the idea of talking with him to get the stadium all retrofitted out.
Yeah.
And it has TV screens. It's got everything you want in a live stadium setup for Muay Thai. Inside of the US, it has a live stream setup, has the screens, walkout, warm-up rooms. It's got everything.
Unbelievable.
And it's a Muay Thai gym, but he kind of took that same thing that they did from was that Sinbi Muay Thai gym. It turns into a stadium.
Man.
Right, with the live stream setup, and the stuff like this is fucking groundbreaking. And I'm gonna tell you, there's another one coming up in New Mexico.
Oh.
And we talked about him, Ghost Brand. They are building this giant fucking facility. Pardon my French, but to have this coming up too in the Southwest region. So, and for those that aren't familiar with the U.S., Nevada, New Mexico, they're not far from each other. Right. So there could be a really sweet circuit going on pretty soon between these stadiums and One Kick Stadium. They got the sanctioning, the USMTA there, the production. They have it streamed live on YouTube. It was free. And it's better than some of the paid streams we've seen throughout the years as well. So shout out to Nick Blumgren from One Kick Gym. And, getting that connect we're talking about with Takun from Satsi Papa Gym, and having the MX More Extreme. His son Arm was doing the Rajadamnern KO shows. So I see a feeder coming in through these stadiums relatively within the next 2 to 3 years. And these guys too, like, they're involved with people in the UFC. They're involved with these people. So you're going to be seeing more of the media coverage, I believe, of these stadiums in major media outlets in the next 2-3 years. So I just wanted to bring that out here. And I'm sure we're going to see some Canadians, and we're going to see some Aussies coming out, because I know that these guys are going to do pro shows at some point. It's just a matter of time.
Western American Muay Thai is just about to level up here the next couple of years.
Yeah, well,
global Muay Thai.
This comes into our global roundtable. It's like, we're going to be seeing more of these crossovers between all of our countries, boys. And I'm in Thailand next month, out there, and hopefully I can connect with Joe Comerford when I'm in Bangkok.
He's pretty popular, bro. You might need to take a ticket and wait in line.
I might need to go to the fan section at RWS on Saturday. That could be like the girls screaming during the fight, so I'm screaming for the MC.
Well,
there you go.
I don't tell my wife.
Sorry, Baitoy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to steal your man for the night.
Shout out to the old Baitoy. I don't know where she is.
Yes. What, guys, it's been great having you both on here and to go through this to kind of close it up. As always, it's a pleasure to connect with the voices of Muay Thai.
You too, my friend. Eat, sleep, tape, repeat.
That's it.
Clean your sheets.
Let's go.
Hey, real quick, I also want to say the first one, re-listening to the first one, slight clunky-ish. We're still trying to figure each other out. This one, before we came on, we're like, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. Bro, this was really smooth. This was a good chat. And more importantly, I didn't do a lot of talking. I really got an education out of this. I don't know as much about the Thailand scene as you guys do, so I really got an education out of this. What a great chat.
Yeah, sorry, I rattled on a bit.
No, I want it. I want to learn too.
Well, the big thing I think also is to see, like we were highlighting, the Canadians that are coming up through this, and the Canadian American connection, the Australia connection into Thailand, where that all comes into. And I'll say this again, Bangkok is the Hollywood of Muay Thai. If you're fighting Muay Thai, you're going to Bangkok, and that's where you go and you see everybody. Like, I see Sanzo, I don't coordinate with him. We end up in Thailand at the same fucking time, all the time. Like, and I'm just like, oh, you're in Thailand right now. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, we should link up. Right. It's just, that's how it is. So, hopefully I can see Jay over there soon.
Yeah, sure. Hey, wife, if I could take a day or week off.
Yeah. Family vacation.
That's right. Where you?
Family vacation.
I'm gonna be over there doing stuff, having fun.
I'm gonna bring you on FaceTime over there, Jay, when we're there.
Do it, please.
Let's
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
We'll have dinner.
All right, guys.
Together, all three of us.
Well, anything before we close it out, guys?
I'm excited to see you on Saturday morning, Joe. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. And I've got nothing to tell you guys, but thank you so much for your time. As always, you are gentlemen. And
Well, I'll say this one last thing too. For anybody who wants to talk shit, if you want to say, hey, you're wrong about trans fighters, you're right about trans fighters, you can call or text me and leave a voicemail, 805 or +1 805 456 3316. You can call internationally. Pay those minutes, baby. We'll play it here live I'll play it on my podcast so you guys can hear it. And of course, I'll share it with the Roundtable as well. But
Send me a message, I suppose, as well, but I just don't care. I got bills to pay and family to feed. I just don't care.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much.
All right, guys. Have a good day. Talk soon.
Thank you.
see ya.
All right, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today to the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast. If you enjoy the content, go leave a review over on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Give us a rating. It means the world to us. Also, if you want to be a guest on the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast, or if you just want to shout out to your friend, go check us out at podcast.pu'umuaythai.com. You can submit to be able to be a guest on the podcast. You can submit what you want to talk about. Also, if you want to just give a shout out, there's a button for that too. Sawadee Kop.